Okay, good morning everyone. Now this is example 16 in your textbook. We are going to differentiate in part 1, right? This product function with respect to x, and then we're going to do part 2, which is hence find the integral of x e power negative x dx. Okay. Now for part 1 is actually quite simple for us now because this is the previous topic. So this is a product function. So when we differentiate, right? So we're going to take the first function and differentiate the second function. Differentiate e power negative x will give us negative e power negative x. And take the second function, differentiate x minus 1 will give us 1. So when we simplify, we're going to have this. We just open up the bracket. And these two are actually like terms. And we can simplify to have this. Now for part 2, right? We are supposed to hence find this integration. Okay. Now, given the idea that integration is the reverse of differentiation, right? So we can say that if we integrate this, we're going to get back this function. So, I'm going to actually just take out the constant here. Okay. And I'm going to break up this. I have this. Okay. Secondly, I'm going to rearrange. Okay. I'm going to rearrange. So this is going to be my subject now. So I will have the integral of 2 times the integral of this minus this function here. Now, this function I can actually find the integral. Okay. This will give us this. Okay. And there's a plus c here. Okay. Now, I'm going to take note. Okay. This is what we actually need to find. Okay. So, I'm going to open up the bracket here. I'm going to have this. Let me just cover this question. Okay, and when I simplify, I'm going to get this. Okay, so the main idea to this, I need to just do this. Okay, now the main idea to this question is that you actually have to use the part 1 to do part 2, and you need to rearrange. Okay. Okay, we are going to look at example 17 now. Okay, now example 17, right? Okay, they give you dy dx. Now this is actually the gradient function, right? Okay, they want you to find the function y. Okay, now to find y, we know that we need to do this. And please take note, to find the function y, right? They give you this clue, right? Now, what do you think will be the purpose of the question in giving you this clue here? Okay, the purpose is actually to evaluate c later on. Okay, now once you actually were to get this, now this is going to be the easy part because we know that the integral of 2e power x will be 2e power x also. Whereas the integral of negative e power negative x will be negative e power negative x, and there's a plus c here. So we have this. Okay, when we substitute y equal to 3 and x equal to 0, we're going to get this. And of course, e power 0 is equals to 1. We're going to get this. So we're going to get c equal to 0. So the function y is simply this. Okay. Now we move on to the last example. Now this is example number 19. Okay, the first part is a question in binomial expansion of binomial theorem. Okay, question in partial fractions. Okay, so we know that this is actually a linear product which is different, so we know that the partial fraction will be of this form. Okay, so now our job is actually to find the value of a and b. So we know that we can actually multiply by x plus 3 bracket to x minus 1. We're going to have this. I'm going to use the substitution method. Okay, if I substitute x equal to -3, that means I'm going to eliminate this term here. I'm going to have 1 equals to a bracket -7, because -3 times 2 is -6, -1 is -7. So a is actually -1/7. And b, right, is going to be, I'm going to actually substitute x equal to half. So I'm going to eliminate this term here, and I can evaluate what is b. So 1, this is 0. So this is 3.5, is going to give us 7/2. Therefore, b is 2/7. Now, therefore, our partial fraction, right, can be written like this. I'm going to just switch. Okay, I want here to be plus, so it's much easier to work on. Now, let's do part 2. Part 2, please take note. There's no hands here. What the question actually wants us to do is that when you integrate this, right, we can't integrate this. There's no formula to integrate this. However, if you were to substitute, because these two are equivalent, okay, we can actually, in part 2, right, change this inside here, right, this function here to become this function. Okay, that's the idea to this question. Okay, so then we are going to take out, this is actually a constant, 2/7, we can take it out. Okay, and -1/7 is also a constant. Okay, now once we integrate, right, this is actually 1/2x minus 1. So this is a reciprocal function. Okay, so when you integrate this, you're going to get ln. Okay, but please take note, there's a half here. There's a factor half here. Why? Because this is ax plus b. A is 2, so we have to divide by 1/a. So we got to multiply this ln 2x minus 1 with half. This one is quite simple, because this is 1/x plus 3. The a is 1, so we have -1/7 ln x plus 3. Once we simplify this, we're going to have this. And if you factorize, you're going to have this. And please take note, we can use one of the rule in identities in the ln, right, to actually get this. And remember, please take note, at this step, you must write plus c already. Okay? Okay, not? Because once you integrate, you must have a plus c already. This is indefinite integral. Okay? And this is the answer that you must show me. Thank you very much.